Imagine you're in a courtroom and you have been found guilty of assault and battery, a crime that is punishable from 1 year to 25 years in jail. And now you're awaiting sentencing. The judge comes in, and your impression of the judge is he's fair, he's balanced, but what you haven't realized is that's an elected judge. And this is September, and the November election is just around the corner. His opponents are accusing him of being soft on crime. So he says to himself, I'm not soft on crime, and I'm going to give that person 25 years to prove it. An appointed judge wouldn't be influenced by outside forces, and he probably would have given you a different verdict. And that's really what today's topic is about, how instead of electing judges, we should appoint them, because appointed judges are insulated from the political process, less biased, and they are more qualified for their position. And let's take a look at my first declaration, that appointed judges are insulated from the political process. Leroy Michaels, in his essay, Do Partisan Elections of Judges Produce Unequal Justice? He pointed out that justices that have to be elected run in political parties' primaries, and they have to have a political affiliation during the general election, and that really harms their credibility as an impartial judge. Which is something that doesn't happen to appointed judges. If you ask an appointed judge a political question, they'll say, hey, it's not appropriate for me to answer that question because it's political. And that division is important to maintaining the perception that the judiciary is an equal playing field. And so that people's confidence, if people are confident that they'll get a fair trial. My second declaration, that appointed judges are less biased than elected ones, is that these elected judges are running a campaign. They need money to run it, and when they get donations from people, those people are more likely to get a favorable hearing in their verdict. And in the TV show Last Week Tonight, they said that the Ohio Supreme Court received 75% of the cases that included one of their campaign contributors received a favorable hearing, and that in the case of one justice, it was 91%. And you could say that's just a coincidence. They happen to be right. But again, it's the perception, because a poll done by Justice at Stake organization said that 76% of Americans believe that campaign contributions affect outcomes, and 50% of judges agreed. And then now let's jump to my third declaration, that campaign contributions, that appointed judges are more qualified than elected ones. And let's see, who determines who runs for an elected judge? The actual candidate. So the actual candidate says, I'm qualified enough to run in the primary, to run in the general, to get the position. There is no filter. But for appointed judges, the American Bar Association, the same people who make the test to become lawyers, form committees made up of lawyers and judges. They know what it takes to be a judge. What are the qualifications? They know the intricacies of law to a higher degree than the most people who vote in general elections, and that's what makes them more qualified to be judges. If you want impartial judges, if you want a balanced judiciary, then you need to give judges the independence that can only be provided by appointing them. Because sometimes doing the right thing isn't always the popular thing, but that's exactly what a judge has to do. Thank you.